The word innovation has become more than just a buzzword for marketing taglines and creative campaigns. The word innovation has become part of the DNA of who we are in the fourth industrial revolution. Innovation means doing things new, discovering new paths through the jungle, using existing technology in a new way to create a better result. It's about solving problems today, not with solutions of yesterday, but new solutions, new creative ideas through collaboration, cooperation, and creation. Innovation is an essential tool for today and our future. The problem is that often, and too often, innovation is hype. There's a bunch of excitement and we make new discoveries and then nothing. And that trough of disillusionment emerges and we all kind of fall off this hype cliff where we have a new invention but we fail to get it to market. We develop a new team structure but we fail to implement. Innovation is too often just that blip on the radar that we see and we get excited about, but human nature will always take us back to the norm, even if the old norm is an unhappy place. So what is sustainable innovation? Well, sustainable innovation is doing new things, creative things, solving problems, but not through hype, but with a longer term strategy. We need to develop innovation in a way that we are not solving problems today, but we're creating a framework to solve problems tomorrow. We talk about longevity. Sustainability through innovation is creating new ways that are cemented in our lives, in our teams, in our businesses, in our countries, that have a long-lasting effect. We've developed a framework of 7 laws that, when applied and put together, create that sustainable framework for your innovation. Let me share some of these laws with you. The first law says, well, it's the law that governs all other laws. It states quite clearly, always do the right things right, with the right people, at the right place, at the right time. Now that we can put up on the wall and we can read it and we can acknowledge it, but there's some profound wisdom in this. Doing the right things right, that alone often will fail probably 80% of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis in our work environment. It's interesting there is that so often I've been focused on the nouns in the sentence, and it's the people, it's the place, it's the things, and it's the times, and we've been focusing a lot on that. And I did this talk a while ago, and in fact a 9-year-old put up his hand and he said, Bruce, what is right? And it kind of floored me because nobody has ever asked that question. Nobody has ever had the foresight of saying, well, what is right? If we have to do all these right things right at the right time, in the right place, with the right people. So he asked a simple question, Bruce, what is right? And it goes back to purpose, it goes back to your essence, it goes back to your vision statement, why we exist. That is what is right. And it's like having a stake in the ground that says that is what is right. And everything that we do from that point onwards is tethered back to that stake in the ground. And doing things right all the time. Not some of the times, always is the key word in this law. Always doing the right things right. And that is the foundation of sustainable innovation. Do no harm, do things that are right. And it's absolutely key. So I want to leave that with you to kind of chew on as we build up some of the other laws. And remember, this law governs everything else. So whenever you find yourself doing the wrong instead of the right, if you're doing the right things wrong or the wrong things right with the wrong people, you've got to press pause. You've got to be brave enough, and you've got to have the leadership skills within you to press that pause button and say, stop. Let's get things back on track and get things right. Then we can carry on. The next law I want to share with you from the 7 laws is law number 6, the adjustment law. And this law states, become agile in your approach to problems with innovational intent. Well, there's an interesting law. Become agile in your approach to problems. What is agile? Agile is flexibility, it's speed, it's creativity, it's becoming agile. One of the things that we glean wisdom from is the bat. The bat is the only powered flight mammal that we have, and yet it's able to fly with such agility in the complete pitch dark, able to pinpoint and catch in its mouth an insect less than half a millimeter in size. That is agility. The bat can fly at full speed and turn within the length of its body, using the powered flight as its fingers stretch out to the extremity of its wings, and it's able to manipulate the air beneath it and utilize that air for flight and agility. How agile is your team? How agile is your company? How agile are you? Are you bound by constraints of red tape and precedents and having to wait 30 days for the next board meeting or approval from management? All those things hinder the level of agility that you and your team might have. Taking that then is that, well, being agile is great, but then acting with innovational intent. And unpacking that innovational intent means that you have a purpose, you acting out on your ability to be agile. But you've got a purpose, you've got a desired target, and you've got an outcome that you're focusing your business on. Acting with innovational intent. How are you doing with that? So often we acting out of fear, out of knee-jerk reaction, and out of having to protect our position in a company or a team or the status, where the ego kicks in instead of innovational intent. The last law I want to share with you today out of the 7 laws is law number 4. Law number 4 is quite important, and it talks about team, and it states, build around yourself the best team possible using the best people that you can find. Sustainable innovation is not a journey that you take alone. It's not a journey that we embark on, a walk around the jungle or the wilderness alone to self-discover and find ourselves. It's not a time of solitude. It's a time of collaboration. It's a time of building a team. And an effective team is a team that utilizes each and every person's genius and pure strengths. And if we focus on our strengths and become genius at our strengths, one of the key things that we have to learn how to do is let go of the stuff that we're not genius at. And as we let go, we delegate and outsource, and we build this team of inclusivity and collaboration. And having a team where every person is working within their genius, what could go wrong? These are some of the laws of sustainable innovation. I trust that when you apply these and the others, that you and your work team will come together and produce results that are extraordinary, results that have a long-term reaching effect across a wider plane to make you and your company more effective. My name is Bruce Wade and I speak on sustainable innovation. I'd love to chat to you further about these laws and the others, on how we can apply these to your business, your team, your country, and your next project.